Norway, the land of Vikings, Valkyries, Thor, and Odin. A land filled to the brim with breathtaking fjords, mountains, and waterfalls. With a weekend in our sights, we set out from Oslo with 48 hours in our hands, and we reached for as much natural beauty as we could hold. We began by traveling to Voringsfossen. The road there was peppered with lush greenery and lakes. The houses themselves even blended into the countryside. Arriving around 11 p.m. was no problem, as faint light combined with the surreal mist. It gave the waterfalls a unique atmosphere, and a metal bridge and a rocky path linked various areas of the falls. We spent the next hour exploring the cascades and finding new perspectives, with each view building upon the ones before it. From there, we drove another hour, and we parked in a small wooded area near Skarvsfossen. We stopped shortly there the next morning and received a wonderful spray shower from the falls. We were the only ones there, and it was special to be able to approach so closely. Our trip continued for the next few hours toward the Jordaland Valley, where our hike to the summit of Bakanosi would commence. It was a 20-kilometer there and back trek, and while we started in the expansive green plains, surrounded by mountains with rivers intertwining throughout, we eventually reached snow and glacial lakes, hiking through small portions of it, and we looked back at a winter landscape in the middle of July with large towering ice caps. The long 1,000-meter ascent was well worth it, as the view above the fjord was absolutely breathtaking. After a much-needed sleep, setting up our camp next to a river and a lake along the road, we made our way to Ustebø, the start of our next hike, in the so-called Grand Canyon of Norway. This would be another 20-kilometer day, only with about half of the elevation gain. The path wound itself through vibrant green landscapes of trees and mountain flowers, and at times the trees towered over us, blocking out even the sun. All the while, a nested river serpentined its way in the valley below. Mostly, we followed alongside the river, downhill and fast, pausing only to admire the scenery. Waterfalls sprouted constantly out of the sides of the mountains, giving the whole area just this air of casual natural beauty. And the valley itself was pristine, touched upon only by the settlers hundreds of years ago, while the river poured ever forward, and so did we. The crystal-clear river had carved itself well into the rock below, giving at times views toward sharp canyon walls, while roaring rivers from the mountaintops became endless waterfalls, powerful and graceful, winding through the grass, the trees, and the ferns. Our 48 hours were coming to an end, and on the drive back to Oslo, we stopped to cook dinner and admire the rare Norwegian summer sunset. The sun would set, but we knew well enough that soon it would rise again.